Now on CoastTV News.
Rehoboth dock dilemma.
My opinion is not to put the money into it.
Cracked walls, unstable slopes, and a $1 million price tag.
Bike Fest future.
I think it's very important economically.
What the town of Ocean City is doing tonight.
Beebe's big build, the plans for a new campus in Millsboro taking shape.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
The Grove Park Canal Dock, its future up in the air. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with a dock dilemma involving big bucks in Rehoboth Beach.
The 4-year-old Grove Park Canal Dock was built as a way to get to and from Rehoboth via the Lewis and Rehoboth Canal. But now the city says the structure is unstable and eroding. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Rehoboth Beach. Emma, the city says the solution could cost millions.
Maddie, here at the dock, it's closed for the off season, but after talking with locals today and based on the findings of a city study, it apparently doesn't matter whether it's the heart of summer or the dead of winter. This dock just isn't being used. Now the city is looking at 3 options, 2 of which involve removal and cost at least $1 million. Eroding walls and unstable slopes. The city of Rehoboth Beach says those are some of the structural problems with the Grove Park Canal Dock. And not only that, but locals like Bernard Ramsey say the dock is hardly ever used.
I come here with my dog basically 3-4 times a week and I never see anything even going down the canal.
The city now wants to stabilize the existing walls and they're eyeing 3 options. 1 is short-term monitoring and maintenance for about $43,000 or an immediate rehab for about $300,000. There are 2 big projects on the table though. The first, complete removal and replacement of the dock, costing about $1.9 million. Option 2, removal of the dock and added slope stabilization, ringing in at about $1 million. Local Sherry Sacco says it's not worth it for something she's never seen used.
My opinion is not to put the money into it. You know, use it for other things that are needed, necessary in the town. It's a great visual, but if it's not used, why put any money into it?
As the dock dilemma continues with uncertainty, one thing's for sure, the solution won't come cheap. At the city's meeting today, commissioners did not decide on any of the options for this structure, but they did say they would re-engage with engineers, and based on what they say, they could reopen the dock in its current state for the summer season. Reporting live in Rehoboth Beach, Emma Aiken, CoastTV News.
Emma, thank you. And this dock has been the subject of debate even by commissioners. At a January meeting, the mayor and commissioners' special budget workshop, Rehoboth Beach Commissioner Mark Saunders called the dock a useless liability, saying, quote, "Nobody uses the dock. It costs us money to build. It costs us money to maintain. Why are we keeping the darn thing?" End quote.
And this brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know how much investment should go into the Rehoboth dock.
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Take a look at your screen and you can see 70% are still voting for the cheapest option, which is improvements, though 27% think the most expensive, replacement, only 3% going with that middle option.
And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do that at coasttv.com or use the CoastTV mobile app. Also, feel free to leave us a comment. We do read those out. And you can do that at CoastTV, or see new results on CoastTV News at 11. OC Bike Fest is still in question. The original promoter, OC Jams, won't be returning this year, leaving the town to search for another promoter to keep the event rolling. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zapay is live in Ocean City. Kevin, the group Kickin' Events and the OC Council, they're looking to find common ground on the pricing.
Sure. Charlie, the previous promoter used to spend around $55,000 here at the Ocean City Inlet for OC Bike Fest. They also spent an additional $35,000 for the convention center. But these new promoters are looking for a better deal. According to the Ocean City manager, Terry McGeehan, OC Jams used to pay the town around $90,000 to use the Ocean City Inlet and Convention Center for OC Bike Fest. They would also pay $2 per ticket to Ocean City. McGeehan says these fees would help offset the loss they would take on parking revenue and would help cover all the public workers that have to put in overtime during the event. But Kick an Event wants a better deal.
They may be asking for some relief for some of the city fees. That'll be up to the council whether they want to entertain that or not.
Now, Kick an Event will be talking to the Ocean City Council tonight about OC Bike Fest 2025, as well as how much everything is going to cost. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Also happening tonight in OC, the first look at a new set of rules about sleeping and personal property in public spaces. If approved, OC could start taking people's belongings if they're left out for more than 24 hours. People caught sleeping in public could face misdemeanor charges. And as we take a live look outside into Ocean City, beautiful night out there, our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams has a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And it's going to be a relatively nice evening as well. We're going to stay relatively mild and warm for the most part. Cloud cover is going to begin to thicken for us. In fact, we're going to have an overabundance of moisture to the point that we're going to have some fog developing into the late night hours. And remember, in case you didn't remember, just a reminder, fog, technically, and meteorologically speaking, is a cloud on the ground. All right, now 61 degrees by 9 o'clock in Ocean City, and then we are expecting scattered showers by then. It's 61 degrees in Rehoboth Beach and Bethany Beach, but it's 70 right now in Millsboro, Georgetown, and Laurel, as well as Bridgeville. Here's a look at the winds coming off of the water out of the southeast, gusting up to about 15 to 18 miles per hour in Millsboro, as well as Seaford. 12-mile-per-hour gusts recently recorded in Delmar. Dense fog advisory will kick in for Slaughter Beach, Broadkill Beach, Lewis, Rehoboth Beach, as well as Dewey Beach, down to Bottom Hills, as well as Ocean View. And the winds are also going to start picking up momentum as well. And we may have a chance of a passing sprinkle or two. Also, look for it to be a bit foggy for us near Ocean View, South Bethany, all the way down towards Fenwick Island, but just shy of Ocean City. Coming up, we're going to talk more about how summer-like it's going to be for the next couple of days, Charlie.
Paul, the First State Animal Center and SPCA in Kent County say thousands of birds from a Pennsylvania hatchery stranded by shipping delays were discovered at a post office over the weekend. Listen to this. The SPCA says between 10 to 12,000 birds were delivered Friday afternoon, and once they were found, many were already dead after days without food, water, or ventilation. As of now, about 5,000 are still alive and in need of 24-hour care.
Job is to take care of these animals when they get here, and that's what we're doing. As of this morning, we have the majority of these birds are looking to be in really good condition.
The Delaware Department of Agriculture is currently investigating this to better understand how and why this happened.
New tonight, you might remember the story of the seal pup Andromeda. She crossed 4 lanes of traffic on Route 1 in mid-April. Well, some sad news tonight. Andromeda has been put down. The Mayor Institute says Andromeda had severe neurological damage, leading to the decision to humanely end her life. We do have the full story on her condition and more seal rescues right now on CoastTV.com.
We've got a scam warning coming out of Dewey Beach. Pay attention here. The Dewey Beach Police Department say somebody is posing as Victoria Harrison and then asking vendors for Venmo payments to reserve a spot for the Dewey Business Partnership Arts Festival. Officials say the festival, it's already full, and Venmo is not an approved payment method. If you've been contacted or sent money, call Dewey Beach Police.
Rehoboth police are giving some more information about reports of suspicious activity over the past week. Telling the public first on April 30th, officers came across a crowd of 250 people with loud music and cars parked where they shouldn't be. Then on May 2nd, police say they got a call about a fight breaking out in a crowd of about 100 people. They say 2 people had minor injuries and a car was damaged. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Celebrating Cinco de Mayo, what's the history behind the day and how it's being marked across Sussex County?
We could have a summer feel in the air arriving soon. I'll show you what I'm tracking coming up.
First, Beebe in Millsboro, the expansion proposed for the central town, when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Beebe Healthcare's walk-in care facility in Millsboro is set to be joined by a new ER.
That facility will go on Route 113 and Hardscrabble Road. Coast TV reporter Zakiya Jennings shows us how people in Millsboro feel about emergency care coming to them.
This empty field near Plantation Lakes housing development will be the new home for Beebe Healthcare's new medical facility. In a 2022 presentation, Beebe shared that their goal is to improve timely access to care, reduce the cost of care, and bring critically needed pediatric emergency care to the center of Sussex County. Stephen Lubbers says he's excited to see new options that will benefit children.
We need a lot more centers. From what I understand, this one is going to be geared a little bit more towards the youth, and which I think they're going to need. And no, it's a great idea, no question about it.
Joseph Koski, a local pharmacy technician, thinks this will also help get more people off of wait lists and in to see doctors when they need them most.
I think it's a great thing for the community. I know there's a very big shortage of doctors. People are waiting up to 6 months to get into the doctor's office across many professions.
The town updated its website Monday morning, sharing that the project would no longer be discussed on Monday night's agenda. It is now set for June 2nd. In Millsboro, Zakiya Jennings, Coast TV News.
And it's not just Beebe. Tidal Health has big plans for Millsboro, just up the highway from the new Beebe Center.
According to Tidal Health, the facility they're building will include more than 150,000 square feet, including a lab, pharmacy, and also primary care.
Tidal Health said they purchased the lot in 2020, but plans were pushed back. That was due to the pandemic.
Just a week ago, also, Sussex County officials cut the ribbon on a new 4,300 square foot paramedic station on Dickerson Road off Route 113 in Millsboro. County Council President said it's already helping speed up emergency response times with better access to 113.
Here's a look at your Gulf forecast. We're expecting early morning tee-off time. You may run into a little bit of leftover residual fog, but other than that, a summer-like warmth will be in the air. We're expecting for it to stay a bit summer-like throughout the rest of the night. Now, there's actually going to be an outside chance of a spot shower trying to flare up mainly in the most western portions of our viewing area. Aside from that, we're just kind of feel a little bit of the muggies for late tonight and particularly for tomorrow morning. Our dry-tech crawl-space camera in Ocean City, cloud cover thickening, waters are relatively calm, 62 degrees. We're going to stay in the lower 60s as we watch out for a chance of rain migrating towards us by the 9 to 10 o'clock hour. We're at 61 Indian River Inlet, Bethany Beach, as well as Rehoboth Beach. We're at 70 degrees in Millsboro, Laurel, and in Georgetown. Winds primarily out of the southeast for now, not swirling all that aggressively just yet, but up to about 17 mile per hour wind gusts. A couple of advisories I need to update you on that happened since our 5 o'clock newscast. First of all, we still have the active dense fog advisory for Slaughter Beach, Broad Kill Beach, Lewis. This means visibility is going to be cut down dramatically until the early morning hours, until this lifts at about 6 o'clock in the morning. That's also inclusive of Dewey Beach, Bottom Hills, Ocean View, South Bethany, down towards Fenwick Island. Now, this just happened in between newscasts. We actually have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for areas from Oxford, Trapp, but this is also for the folks that view us in Cambridge. This is also for Dorchester. This stays in effect for the rest of the night. Now, quickly, a severe thunderstorm watch means that we have ingredients in place for a severe thunderstorm. If we ever have a warning issued, we'll first of all crawl it on the bottom of our screen, but also that means that it's an active storm that we're tracking. But we're just at watch levels for right now. And here's why. We see all this that's brewing throughout Richmond, and we kind of looked at it the last newscast. It's veering more to the north. I don't see it coming over and dominating Delmarva totally, but we may get the outside edge of this thing if it blossoms and becomes a little bit bigger. We'll track it throughout the night. 63 in Millsboro, we're looking for winds out of the south, and 79 for the high in Millsboro and Laurel, 77 for the high in Cambridge, 72 for the high actually in Ocean City. For Tuesday afternoon, temperatures approaching the 80-degree mark pretty easily. Then by 7 o'clock in the morning Wednesday, we start off in the upper 50s to low 60s, more sunshine, scattered cloud cover by the afternoon, and upper 70s where we end up for Wednesday afternoon. Our precipitation chances will go on the increase more so Thursday, Friday, going into Saturday. But when I track it from now to like all the way by the end of the week, we should end up with about 2 inches of rain, but that's stretched on several days. Why? This cutoff low is going to help to create opportunities for isolated showers, stormy conditions. It's going to become damp and muggy for the next couple of days. See, Thursday afternoon we see scattered showers. Friday we see scattered showers, but then Saturday we'll start to see it clear out. So, quick summary. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, watching out for a chance of scattered showers for late tonight. 79 for tomorrow, warming up quickly, and for Wednesday, 78 degrees and feeling almost muggy. Finally, here's a look at the extended forecast. I'm banking on a better chance of rain, really, Friday, Saturday, instead of just the scattered stuff we're expecting late tonight and tomorrow.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Just like last year, Salisbury men's lacrosse enters the NCAA tournament unbeaten. But in their latest win, you had to see it to believe it. Yesterday, the Gulls and Christopher Newport went to overtime in the Coastal Lacrosse Conference title. Freshman Michael Leahy scored the tying goal in regulation and then buried this game winner to lift Salisbury to 19-0. The Gulls have a first-round bye before hosting the winner of Pfeiffer or St. Mary's College of Maryland on Saturday. The Gulls beat the Seahawks 15-7 just a couple weeks back. The women also earned a first-round bye. SU beat Christopher Newport 13-9 in the coast-to-coast women's title game to finish 14-4. The Gulls are set to play the winner of Haverford or St. Mary's, Maryland this weekend. Last year, SU made it all the way to the national title game. And coming up on DSN in the next half hour, the Bayside Championship in girls lacrosse. Queen Anne's County goes for its 5th straight title at Lewis Taylor Stadium in Berlin. The Lady Lions face Bayside South champ Stephen Decatur. Queen Anne's already beat the Hawks 16-6 this year. That's going to do it for sports. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Once a place of ship creation and a major mode of transportation, the Broadkill River is now a major Sussex County waterway and the perfect place for recreation. Native Americans and European settlers used the Broadkill River to move supplies. As demand grew by the early 1800s, the Broadkill's banks became full of shipyards, many in Milton since it was at the highest point of navigation and near some forests. Now you're much more likely to see pontoon boats or kayaks on this 25-mile waterway running from Milton to Lewis. Its watershed supports local wildlife too, proving the Broadkill has always been a place of serenity and security, then and now.
There we go. Today is Cinco de Mayo. In Mexico, it's a day to commemorate the country's victory over France at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. But here in the U.S., it's become a widely celebrated day to honor Mexican-American culture at La Tonalteca Mexican restaurant in Millsboro. Dozens of people came out to celebrate.
As you see here, people came dressed like Mexicans, and also we love to have our deals with the people. So we have Cinco de Mayo deals with beer, margaritas, shots, and we love here because people came and they just share and also celebrate with us.
And the restaurant says on a day like this, they expect to serve around 300 customers.
All right, let's take a look at Milford. Beebe Healthcare at 66 degrees, and we're going to stay in the 60s for Milford. Not necessarily expecting a chance of scattered showers there, but we could see some rain in Cambridge. We'll keep monitoring that tonight. Cindy West of Rehoboth Beach, congratulations, you're our giveaway winner. Keep up with your forecast with our weather alert line, and here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast.
Well, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.